Have you ever stopped to wonder why, out of all the families in the world, your soul chose to be born exactly where there seemed to be the most challenges, in an environment that sometimes feels like a battlefield, corroding your spirit? The truth that no one tells you is that this is not a punishment, but a monumental gift disguised as karma. There is deep wisdom hidden in the pain you face, and awakening to this can completely change how you view your journey. Stay with me, because what I'm going to reveal here today might be exactly what your soul needs to grow and understand that the place where you are is actually the fertile ground for your highest purpose. Maybe you've dealt with someone like this, someone who manipulates, controls, but always seems to be the hero in the eyes of others. Someone whose presence transforms the environment into something suffocating, but who seems irreproachable to outsiders. This is no accident. People like this do not cross the paths of the chosen by coincidence. They recognize your light, even if unconsciously, and try to extinguish it. Stay with me until the end, because you will understand how these dynamics operate on the deepest level. An invisible strategy for most, but one that the chosen can identify and overcome. You will not only learn to recognize these patterns, but also how to build your spiritual protection against them and transform these situations into stepping stones for your purpose. This journey you have faced is not random. God allows these experiences as part of your growth. Every battle, every moment of pain with narcissists or manipulators carries lessons that strengthen your soul and prepare you for something much greater. God never leaves a chosen one helpless, and there is hidden wisdom in this process, waiting to be revealed. If you feel this resonates with your soul, know that this is not an accident. You were guided here to receive this message. So let's uncover this truth together that can transform your life and prepare you for a purpose you have barely begun to imagine. Narcissism is often reduced to a simple personality trait, but in fact, it goes far beyond that. From a spiritual perspective, narcissism is a manifestation of a deep imbalance, a disconnection from the true divine essence. Narcissistic people operate from an internal void that they try to fill with external validation, power, and control over others. This disconnection from the divine makes them vulnerable to darkness, trapping them in cycles of self-deception and manipulation. This state not only harms their relationships with others, but also keeps them away from the spiritual light that could bring healing and transformation. While everyone has the potential to reconnect with their spiritual essence, narcissists resist this path because it requires vulnerability and repentance, something they avoid at all costs. They prefer to maintain a facade of perfection, hiding their weaknesses and flaws. This resistance is a reflection of their disconnection from the divine light, resulting in destructive behaviors that affect themselves and those around them. For the chosen, who possess a keen spiritual sensitivity, this disconnection is like a heavy shadow that becomes evident, even when narcissists try to mask it with charm and charisma. The chosen possess a unique ability to see beyond the surface. While the world may admire a narcissist's confident posture or charisma, the chosen perceives something deeper and more disturbing. They sense the disharmonic energy that emanates from these people, a vibration that reveals their true nature. It is as if God has given the chosen a spiritual vision that allows them to see through the masks, protecting them from being completely deceived. However, this perception does not come without challenges, as it also makes them targets of intense manipulation and judgment. Narcissists exhibit behaviors that, at first glance, may seem normal or even charming, but that, under spiritual analysis, reveal their disconnection from the divine light. Manipulation is one of their favorite tools. They distort reality to control others and meet their needs. Lack of empathy is another striking trait. They cannot truly connect with the pain or joy of others because they are focused solely on themselves. Moreover, their constant need for external validation reflects an internal void that can never be filled. These behaviors are clear signs that something is spiritually out of alignment. The chosen, with their bright spiritual light, naturally attract attention, both positive and negative. Narcissists, even unconsciously, are drawn to this light because it exposes their own shadows and insecurities. They see in the chosen a strength they do not possess, a connection with the divine that deeply bothers them. As a result, narcissists often try to extinguish this light, whether through constant criticism, emotional manipulation, or even social isolation. It is as if they see in the chosen a reflection of everything they lack, which drives them to attack. Although narcissism seems to be a purely destructive force, it also serves a greater purpose in the spiritual realm. God allows the chosen to face these battles not as punishment, but as a form of strengthening. Each encounter with a narcissist is an opportunity for the chosen to deepen their faith, reaffirm their spiritual identity, and learn to protect their light. These painful experiences teach resilience and help the chosen discern who they truly are, separating themselves from the negative influences that try to divert them from their purpose. What many do not realize is that behind interactions with narcissists, there is a spiritual battle underway. Narcissists are often used as tools to test the faith and strength of the chosen. They try to sow doubt, destabilize emotionally, and undermine confidence in the divine purpose. However, God never leaves the chosen alone in this fight. He equips them with discernment, wisdom, and spiritual protection to withstand these attacks. Each victory is a testament to God's power in the lives of the chosen. For the chosen, the greatest lesson in dealing with narcissists is learning to protect their light. This means setting clear boundaries, avoiding emotional games, and seeking refuge in prayer and communion with God. By doing this, the chosen not only protect themselves from negative influences, but also become living examples of the power of faith. Their resilience in the face of adversity is proof that divine light always triumphs over darkness, regardless of the challenges faced. God not only allows the chosen to face narcissism, but also reveals the truth about this darkness. He shows that behind toxic behavior, there is a lost soul in need of healing. However, this does not mean that the chosen should tolerate abuse or sacrifice themselves to try to save narcissists. Instead, God teaches compassion from a distance, showing that true power lies in maintaining one's spiritual integrity while entrusting narcissists to divine care. But does all this darkness have a greater purpose? If God allows the chosen to face these challenges, what does He want to reveal through this experience? And how can the chosen transform these battles into testimonies of faith and victory? Stay with me, because we will explore what God reveals to the chosen about this battle and how it can be a preparation for something much greater. The chosen are shaped for grand missions, and God often places them in situations that require strength and discernment. Facing narcissists is not just a coincidence, it is part of the divine process of strengthening. These challenging interactions serve as a spiritual training ground, where the chosen learn to differentiate between what is genuine and what is manipulation, and to develop unshakable resilience. God allows these encounters so that the chosen become examples of overcoming and light in a world often dominated by darkness. Narcissists have a unique ability to detect those who possess a special shine and a greater purpose. To them, the chosen represents a threat because they carry a light that exposes their hidden intentions. The constant attempt to bring down or destabilize the chosen is not just a personal matter, but a spiritual battle. Each attack serves as an opportunity for the chosen to strengthen their faith, refine their perception, and find in God the guidance to face these situations with wisdom. Narcissists' attacks rarely limit themselves to the emotional level. They are often designed to strike at the spiritual core of the chosen, undermining their faith and distorting their self-perception. This dynamic goes beyond a problematic interpersonal relationship. It represents a battle between spiritual forces. The chosen need to be attentive, realizing that these experiences are a form of testing. The challenge is to understand that God does not abandon them, but uses them as instruments to dismantle the traps of spiritual manipulation. Setting firm boundaries is essential to protect the mind and spirit. For the chosen, this means learning to say no without guilt and discerning when it is necessary to walk away. Boundaries are not signs of weakness, but demonstrations of strength and self-awareness. They preserve the chosen's spiritual energy and prevent the narcissist from using proximity as a weapon. Practicing setting boundaries is an act of self-love and obedience to God, who teaches us to protect our hearts from destructive influences. To deal with the constant onslaught of a narcissist, it is crucial for the chosen to keep their personal energy high. Prayer and meditation are powerful tools that allow connection with God, seeking wisdom, and recharging spiritually. Dedicating daily moments to these practices creates an inner fortress that the narcissist's attacks cannot penetrate. Moreover, this spiritual connection increases mental clarity, allowing the chosen to see the true intentions behind manipulative actions. Though challenging, confronting a narcissist often reveals precious lessons. These individuals reflect the areas where the chosen need to grow, whether in self-confidence, forgiveness, or the courage to take a stand. Each interaction, no matter how painful, is an opportunity for spiritual maturation. God uses these experiences to refine the chosen, turning pain into learning and vulnerability into strength. One of the main weapons against narcissism is recognizing one's own value. The chosen need to constantly remember that their identity is rooted in God, not in the opinions or attacks of others. The narcissist seeks to undermine this self-perception, but God always reaffirms who we are in Him. With this conviction, the chosen become immune to emotional manipulation attempts, staying firm in their purpose and identity. Although the chosen often face loneliness, it is vital to seek a spiritual support network. Sharing experiences with other people of faith strengthens the soul and offers practical advice for dealing with narcissists. God never calls us to fight alone. He encourages us to walk in unity. Having people by your side who understand the struggles of a chosen one brings comfort and a new perspective on how to face challenges. The response of a chosen one to a narcissistic attack must be based on spiritual principles such as love, patience, and forgiveness. This does not mean allowing abuse, but responding with maturity and grace. Praying for those who persecute us is a divine commandment, and this practice not only disarms narcissists, but also frees the chosen one from any feelings of revenge or bitterness. This approach elevates the experience to the spiritual plane, transforming adversity into a testimony of faith. As challenging as interactions with narcissists may be, the chosen can find solace in the fact that God uses all things for the good of those who love Him. Every attack, every rejection, and every attempt at destabilization are shaped to strengthen the greater purpose in the life of the chosen. In the end, these experiences not only mold character, but also empower the chosen to help others going through similar situations, transforming their pain into a powerful testimony of divine overcoming and grace. The chosen have a special connection with the Holy Spirit, which often manifests as keen intuition. This spiritual sensitivity is a powerful shield against the subtle manipulations of a narcissist. While the attacks may seem confusing or disorienting at first, the chosen's intuition quickly reveals hidden intentions. When this connection is nurtured with prayer and meditation, the chosen is able to discern the right time to act, speak, or simply walk away, always guided by divine wisdom. Encounters with narcissists often test the emotional and spiritual limits of the chosen, but they also offer opportunities for growth. Through these struggles, the chosen learn to rely more on God and strengthen their own confidence. Each difficulty faced teaches valuable lessons about patience, forgiveness, and self-control. These experiences not only refine character, but also prepare the chosen to lead with more compassion and spiritual authority in their divine mission. Words have power, and for the chosen, this is even more true. Narcissists often use communication as a weapon, distorting truths and sowing doubt. However, the chosen have the ability to neutralize these attacks with words of affirmation, prayer, and declarations based on God's promises. Speaking the truth with conviction not only disarms the narcissist, but also strengthens the spirit of the chosen, reminding them of their divine identity and purpose. The relationship between the chosen and narcissists is deeper than it seems. It is not just a matter of family conflicts or misunderstandings, but a spiritual battle invisible to most eyes. Narcissists, although unaware of this, perceive something special in the chosen, a divine glow, an inner light that transcends human limitations. This light not only attracts narcissists but also challenges them, provoking a mix of fascination and discomfort. That is why their attitudes, words, and judgments often seem calculated to extinguish this light or destabilize those who carry it. To understand this dynamic, it is essential to know that narcissists operate on a level that goes beyond the physical and emotional. On the spiritual plane, they are masters at manipulating energies, even unconsciously. Their actions, often seen as selfish or malicious, are mechanisms to try to fill a spiritual void that they themselves do not understand. When in contact with the energy of a chosen, which is full and illuminated, this void becomes even more evident. This leads them to react with hostility or incessant criticism, trying to minimize the impact of the light that exposes their own shadows. The chosen carry something unique, the divine light that reflects their connection with God's purpose. This light is like a beacon in a dark environment, and it is no surprise that it causes discomfort in those who live in spiritual darkness. Narcissists, even without realizing it, recognize this light. That is why they often choose the chosen as targets. They feel the need to extinguish or overshadow this light, as if it would ease their own internal pain. It is important to understand that this persecution is not a reflection of who you are, but of who they are. The chosen have a keen sense to discern spiritual truths that most do not perceive. They can see beyond sweet words and superficial attitudes. The mask that narcissists use to hide their insecurities and fears is not impenetrable to those with a divine connection. God gave the chosen this clear vision so they can identify the truth in any situation. This ability is not just a gift, but also a responsibility, as it allows the chosen to help others see the reality behind the illusions. The difficulties faced by the chosen in their toxic families are not coincidental. God allows these challenges as part of a greater plan. Every confrontation, every word of judgment or rejection is an opportunity to strengthen the divine light within you. These difficult moments are, in fact, spiritual tests that help refine your faith, patience, and compassion. By going through these situations, you become stronger, more resilient, and more aware of who you are and the purpose God has for your life. The presence of a chosen in a toxic family is never neutral. You carry an energy that challenges the status quo and illuminates what others prefer to keep hidden. This can create tension, as the light you carry exposes the shadows that people try to hide. However, this light also has the power to transform. By standing firm in your faith and purpose, you can inspire deep changes, even in the hardest hearts. God placed you in this position for a reason, to be a catalyst for transformation. One of the greatest weapons the chosen have against the manipulations of narcissists is spiritual intuition. This intuition is a divine gift that allows you to see beyond the surface. While others may be deceived by the words and actions of the narcissist, you can perceive the hidden intentions. This ability is fundamental to protect your energy and stay aligned with God's purpose. Use it wisely, always seeking divine guidance to act with love and firmness. The chosen often endure much pain at the hands of their toxic families, but this pain is not the end of the story. God uses these moments of suffering to mold you into something greater. Every tear, every moment of doubt or anguish is part of the process that transforms your pain into purpose. When you understand this, you begin to see these difficulties as part of God's plan for your life. You not only overcome these challenges, but also become a light for others facing similar situations. One of the hardest lessons God teaches the chosen is the power of forgiveness. It is easy to resent the toxic family or the narcissists who attack you, but God calls us to something greater. Forgiveness does not mean accepting toxic behavior or allowing it to continue, but freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. When you forgive, you not only strengthen your light, but also break the spiritual chains that try to bind you to negativity. Forgiveness is a powerful weapon that God has given you to protect your peace and purpose. Your journey as a chosen one is an inspiration to others. By facing the criticisms and judgments of your toxic family, you are showing that it is possible to overcome darkness with faith and resilience. Your light not only illuminates the path for you, but also for those who are lost and seeking direction. God placed you in this position for a reason. Embrace your light, trust in your purpose, and continue to be an example of how truth and faith can transform lives. Faith is a powerful and silent weapon that the chosen possess to deal with the challenging energy of narcissists. When you anchor yourself in your connection with God, you become impervious to emotional manipulations. Narcissists expect impulsive reactions, but when you respond with calm, confidence, and love, it completely disarms them. Faith gives you the clarity to discern provocations and the balance to avoid falling into emotional traps. When you pray and seek divine guidance, you not only protect yourself but also influence the environment around you, becoming a channel of peace. Maintaining your energy is crucial for dealing with the spiritual challenges of living among toxic people. Start each day with prayer or meditation, asking for protection and divine guidance. Read sacred or inspiring texts that feed your soul and strengthen your mind. Practice gratitude daily, recognizing the blessings in your life, even amid challenges. Take care of your body with healthy eating and exercise, as your spiritual energy is directly connected to your physical well-being. These simple habits create a spiritual barrier against negative influences and keep your light strong and bright. Forgiveness is not about justifying the narcissist's behavior, but about freeing yourself from the emotional burden they try to impose. Forgiveness is an act of spiritual courage that breaks the chains binding you to pain and resentment. By forgiving, you not only restore your inner peace, but also neutralize the negative influence in your life. Ask God for the strength to forgive, even when it seems impossible. Release the emotional weight, knowing that your light grows when you choose love and compassion over bitterness. Prayer is an essential tool for the chosen, especially in spiritual battles against toxic energy. When you pray, you are not just asking for help. You are declaring your trust in the divine plan and reinforcing your connection with God. Use prayer as a shield, asking for protection, wisdom, and strength to face challenges. Also, pray for the transformation of those who attack you, as this reflects the unconditional love that God places in your heart. Remember that prayer moves mountains, including those that seem insurmountable in your family life. Every battle you face with narcissists is an opportunity to learn and grow. God allows these situations to refine your faith and character. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Perhaps it is patience, resilience, or the ability to see people with compassion despite their flaws. When you understand that these struggles are part of a greater plan, your perspective changes. What once seemed unbearable becomes a tool to fulfill your divine purpose. What seems like a struggle is actually a calling. God never allows you to face challenges without a greater purpose. He chose you for this position because He knows you have the strength and light to overcome it. Each confrontation, each judgment, is an opportunity for you to grow and strengthen your connection with the divine purpose. Understand that by going through these trials, you are being molded for something much greater. Trust that your light is stronger than any shadow that tries to extinguish it. The chosen need to learn to protect their energy in toxic environments. Create moments of solitude to reconnect with God and recharge your strength. Visualize a divine light around you, protecting you from negative influences. Use words of affirmation to reinforce your faith and self-confidence, such as, "I am protected by God's light. Nothing can harm me." Remember that you have the right to set healthy boundaries, even with close people. Protecting your energy is not selfish, but an act of self-love and fidelity to the divine purpose. By winning these spiritual battles, you become an inspiration to others. Your ability to face challenges with grace and strength shows others that it is possible to overcome darkness. Share your story and your light with those who are struggling to find hope. Your journey is not just about you. It is a living testimony of God's power acting in the life of a chosen. Be an example of how it is possible to transform pain into purpose and struggle into victory. You are never alone in this battle. God is with you every step, sustaining and guiding you. Trust that He is using these situations to prepare you for something greater. Even when everything seems difficult, know that your light is a reflection of God's love and that He is working behind the scenes to fulfill the divine plan in your life. Hold on to the promise that everything works together for the good of those who love God. The battles you face are not meant to defeat you but to elevate you. Each struggle is a step towards the purpose God has for you. The narcissist may try to dim your light, but they cannot extinguish it, for it comes from God. By remaining firm in your faith, you not only win, but also fulfill your divine mission. You were chosen to be light in the midst of darkness, and nothing can change that. From the beginning, you felt different, but you couldn't understand why the closest people, your family, seemed to be the first to question your choices, your values, and even your faith. This video is a call for you to understand that this is no accident. God doesn't make mistakes. There is a purpose behind every challenge you face, especially those that come from your family. Now, you will discover the hidden truth that explains this painful dynamic. The narcissists in your family are not there to destroy you, though it often seems that way. They act as distorted mirrors, reflecting the parts of your soul that still need strengthening. These people do not attack you for who you are. They attack because they sense, even unconsciously, the light within you. This light, which is the reflection of the divine purpose in your life, is something they do not understand, and therefore, try to extinguish. This is the moment you've been waiting for. The truth that only the chosen can see is this: narcissists are a distorted mirror. They do not show who you truly are, but where there are still weaknesses in your faith, confidence, and purpose. It is in this reflection that you find the opportunity for transformation. God allows these challenges so that you become unshakable, so that nothing and no one can take you away from the path He has set for you. It is no coincidence that you have this unique perception. God gave you this vision so that you not only survive but flourish and enlighten others. He knew that you had the necessary strength to face pain and transform it into wisdom. As a chosen one, your mission is greater than circumstances. It is to bring light where there is darkness, break cycles of pain, and build a legacy of hope. The pain you feel from being judged and criticized constantly is not useless. It is the fire that refines your soul. Every time you choose not to react with anger or hurt, but with faith and love, you grow spiritually. God uses these situations to teach you to be resilient, to trust Him above all, and to find your true identity as a chosen one. When you understand that the attacks come from a place of insecurity and ignorance, you can look at them with compassion rather than resentment. Transforming pain into wisdom begins with accepting that it is part of your growth. It does not mean tolerating abuse, but learning to see beyond the suffering, recognizing that God is shaping you for something much greater. Your strength is not in reacting, but in resisting. The chosen do not respond to evil with evil, they respond with wisdom. When you refuse to be dragged down by negativity and stand firm in your faith, you demonstrate the true strength that God has placed within you. Your mission is to show that light always triumphs over darkness. By understanding these dynamics, you not only free yourself, but also gain the tools to help others who are going through similar situations. Share your journey, show how God has strengthened you, and inspire others to seek transformation. Your story might be the answer someone needs to find hope and strength. Toxic families often carry cycles of pain that perpetuate from generation to generation. But as a chosen one, you have the power to break these cycles. By choosing healing, forgiveness, and faith, you are rewriting your family's history. You are the turning point that God placed in this family to bring restoration. None of this is possible without a constant connection with God. He is your source of strength, wisdom, and direction. Seek Him daily in prayer and meditation, so He can guide you through the toughest situations. Remember, God will never leave you helpless. He is by your side, even in the most challenging moments. Faith is your best defense against judgments and criticisms. When you are rooted in the certainty that God has a perfect plan for you, the words and actions of others lose their power. Trust Him and use your faith as a shield to protect your mind and heart. The attacks you face do not define who you are. Your identity is in God, and He chose you because He saw potential in you that no one else has. Do not let the words of those who do not understand your mission make you doubt what God has already confirmed. Forgiving does not mean justifying toxic behavior, but freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. When you forgive, you make room for God to work in your life and fill you with peace. Forgiveness is a powerful weapon that helps you advance in your mission. As a chosen one, your light is not just for you. It is to illuminate the path of others who are lost in darkness. Every time you share your story and demonstrate the transformative power of God, you fulfill your divine purpose. You are stronger than you imagine, and God chose you because He knew you had the power to overcome. Now, with this truth, you are ready to transform your life and those around you. Believe, your journey is not in vain. Every challenge faced, every tear shed, is building a future of light, purpose, and victory. Go ahead and be the change that God planned for you to be. Now, I want to hear from you. Share in the comments. Have you identified a narcissist in your life? How did you deal with it? Your story may be the inspiration or comfort someone else needs right now. Do not underestimate the impact your experience can have in helping others see the truth. Thank you for following me this far. If this content resonated in your heart, follow the channel, like, and share this video with those who might also relate. If you want to discover the final test that only the chosen pass, click now and watch the next video.